Hi,
Hello,
this is Kim.
this is Andy.
We're going to read from the Urantia book. First, we got Light the Flame by Andrew Harvey. And today is November 26th, so called Black Friday, but personally, I think it's Rainbow Friday. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
November 26th, we have a quote from Thomas Merton. Thomas Merton was a monk. He was an important figure in uh, um, I think wasn't he an anti-war guy?
It might have been.
Yeah, but he died in 1968. But even that was before that was.
Probably he was.
I think he was. Father Lewis. He was a Trappist monk, writer, theologian, mystic.
Social activist. Yeah, he was probably anti-war.
Yeah, I think he was. Anyway, okay. So here was what he has to say. My Lord God, I have no idea where I am going. Oh, sounds like me. I do not see the road ahead of me. I cannot know for certain where it will end, nor do I really know myself. And the fact that I think I am following your will does not mean that I am actually doing so. But I believe that the desire to please you does in fact please you. And I hope I have that desire in all that I am doing. I hope that I will never do anything apart from that desire. And I know that if I do this, you will lead me by the right road, though I may know nothing about it. Therefore I will trust you always, though I may seem to be lost and in the shadow of death. I will not fear, for you are ever with me, and you will never leave me to face my perils alone. That's really beautiful.
That's beautiful.
That is faith, in a nutshell, that, God is going to guide me, and not because I'm doing the right thing, but because I desire to to please God, to do what is right.
There are parallels there with Native Americans who try to walk the red road.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like you don't know where you don't always know what you're doing, but you know that you want to do the right thing, that you want to be good, right? And you know that doesn't mean just that I have to please myself, or that you have to think about beyond yourself. Right. You know that much.
Right.
So that's perfect. So that gives us a lot of hope for when we're confused or we don't know what to do, that there'll be an answer for us.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for that. Okay, awesome. Okay, we're going to read from the Urantia book.
Made it to the inner circle, right?
Yeah, so this is the first circuit around paradise now. So we're doing the paper 26, the ministering spirits of the central universe. We're talking about the primary supernifem, and they're in 7 categories corresponding to the 7 circuits of Havona around paradise. And when we're traversing these circuits toward trying to get to paradise and to gain the company of the Holy Trinity, we encounter these marvelous angels that help us on that journey. And this is the last step on that before we get to paradise. They're called the complements of rest. And okay, so let's just read it. Okay. All right. Much of an ascender's time on the last circuit is devoted to a continuation of the study of the impending problems of paradise residents. Wait, paradise isn't supposed to have any problems.
Right. Maybe they're adjustment problems.
Well, adjustment problems like, okay, so you got to make sure that you're not going to bring any problems because there's absolutely no problems allowed here. So there's, okay, so we're going to make sure you don't have any problems with stuff that's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Still might have some questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, am I going to be issued a herp or something?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Probably not.
No. Okay. Um Okay, a vast and diverse host of beings, the majority unrevealed, are permanent and transient residents of this inner ring of Havona worlds. And the commingling of these manifold types provides the superific complements of rest, which a rich situational environment which they effectively utilize in furthering the education of the ascending pilgrims, especially with regard to the problems of adjustment to the many groups of beings soon to be encountered on paradise. So there you go. Yep, you have to further your education and be ready to adjust. You said adjustment
Mm-hmm.
to the problems of adjustment.
Not quite there yet.
Okay, so you go.
Right here.
Yeah.
Among those who dwell on this inner circuit are the creature trinitized sons. The primary and the secondary supernifim are the general custodians of the conjoint core of these sons, including the trinitized offspring of the mortal phenalators and similar progeny of the paradise citizens. Certain of these sons are Trinity embraced and commissioned in the supergovernments, others are variously assigned, but the great majority are being gathered together in the conjoint core on the perfect worlds of the inner Havona circuit. Here, under the supervision of the supernifim, they are being prepared for some future work by a special and unnamed corps of high paradise citizens who were, prior to the times of Grand Fonda.
Right, you remember Grand Fonda was the first pilgrim that came to heaven, the first mortal that ascended to heaven.
First executive assistant to the Eternals of Days. There are many reasons for conjecturing that these two unique groups of trinitized beings are not going to work together.
Are going
to work together in the remote future, the least of which is their common destiny in the reserves of the paradise core of trinitized phenalators.
Okay.
On this innermost circuit, both of the ascending and the descending pilgrims fraternize with each other and with the creature trinitized sons. Like their parents, these sons derive great benefits from interassociation, and it is the special mission of the supernifim to facilitate and to ensure that the confraternity of the trinitized sons of the mortal phenalators and the trinitized sons of the paradise citizens. The superific complements of rest are not so much concerned with their training as promoting their understanding association with diverse groups.
Okay, so this is about getting comfortable with being fraternal and in the company with beings that are very different from us.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're helping to socialize. So this is socialize us with the creature or the trinitized sons of the or creature trinitized sons, paradise trinitized sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which are, we talked about trinitized, right? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, mortals have received the paradise command, be you perfect even as your paradise Father is perfect. To these trinitized sons of the conjoint core, the supervising supernifim never ceased to proclaim, be you understanding of your ascendant brethren, even as the paradise creator sons know and love them. The mortal creature must find God. The creator's son never stops until he finds man, the lowest will creature.
Right.
Beyond doubt, the creator's sons and their mortal children are preparing for some future and unknown universe service. Both traverse the gamut of the experiential universe, and so are educated and trained for their eternal mission. Throughout the universe, as there is occurring this unique blending of the human and the divine, the commingling of creature and creator, unthinking mortals have referred to the manifestation of divine mercy and tenderness, especially towards the weak and in behalf of the weak,
And on behalf of the
of the
needy.
needy, as indicative of an anthropomorphic God. What a mistake!
Mm.
Rather should such manifestations of mercy and forbearance by human beings be taken as evidence that mortal man is indwelt by the Spirit of the living God, that the creature is, after all, divinity motivated.
Okay, so that's interesting statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that we're trying to anthropomorphize God and make God like us.
Mm-hmm.
But we should say that we have a part of it. We are striving to be like God. We are like
Mm-hmm.
God,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But we've twisted that and said that, oh, God is like us.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to make God like us.
It's the other way.
Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm. Now,
Okay.
if we're trying to be like more perfect like God, that seems like a never-ending process.
Well, it is a never-ending process, but you look at the amazing things that humans are capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like, like when you're like these rescuers who go, or people who
Mm-hmm.
devote themselves to the service of human people that are in need.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
we're capable of just really incredible acts of selflessness, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we're there, if somebody was screaming in the hallway right now, we'd drop this here and we'd go, even if there was somebody with a knife, I mean, we'd go,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and get in between that. Sure.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the most basic part of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that's indwelt with our thought adjuster.
Mm-hmm.
That's the highest part of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the part of us that kicks in on kind of automatic whenever
Mm-hmm.
whenever the mind is off, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you respond just like impulsively, like, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta,
Mm-hmm.
snap, I gotta be there for that person,
Mm-hmm.
like this.
Right.
So that's the basic part of ourselves, and I think it's the highest part of ourselves too,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't know.
Okay. Near the end of the first circuit sojourn,
Circle, yep. Okay, sorry.
the ascending pilgrims first meet the instigators of rest of the primary order of Supernafim. These are the angels of paradise coming out to greet those who stand at the threshold of eternity, and to complete their preparation for the transition slumber of the last resurrection. You are not really a child of paradise until you have traversed the inner circle and have experienced the resurrection of eternity from the terminal sleep of time. The perfected pilgrims begin this rest, go to sleep on the first circle of Havona, but they awaken on the shores of paradise. Of all who ascend to the eternal isle, only those who thus arrive are the children of eternity. The others go as visitors, as guests, without residential status.
Mm.
And now at the culmination of the Havona career, as you mortals go to sleep on the pilot world of the inner circuit, you go not alone to your rest, as you did on the worlds of your origin, when you closed your eyes in the natural sleep of mortal death, nor as you did when you entered the long trance preparatory to the journey to Havona. Now, as you prepare for the attainment rest, there moves over by your side your long time associates of the first circle, the majestic complement of rest. Prepare to enter the rest as one with you, as the pledge of Havona that your transition is complete and that you await only the final touches of perfection. Your first transition was indeed death, the second an ideal sleep, and now the third metamorphosis is the true rest, the relaxation of the ages. presented by a perfecter of wisdom from Uversa.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that we have to sleep or be in a rest state in order to
So our mortal,
attain paradise.
our
Yeah.
mortal death is only the first of a number of sleeps,
Big sleeps, like
transitions.
like a metamorphosis, like going to sleep in a
This is
cocoon.
bigger than I thought.
It always is.
Mhm.
It always is huge. So
Yeah.
much bigger.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, folks, you know what? We're invited to my mother's house for breakfast before we hit the road back to Minneapolis today.
Yeah.
So,
So we're gonna wish you a good day. Love you very much.
yes.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.